Hello and welcome to another Wednesday evening chat with Louise. Now, a bit of an interesting one this week. Certainly, I never know what I'm going to talk about and at the beginning of the week I think, oh, I don't know. And then, something comes along and happens and you're like, that's it. So how to deal with haters and bullies and why I love them. And it's taken me a couple of days to get round to this stage again, but let's just do a quick bit of background on it. 2023, I woke up first day back to work in January to have enforcement knocking on my door. Not a great position to be in when you've been asleep. Anyway, long story short, it was because I had moved out of the caravan and into my utility room because I wanted to be warm and feel safe. It was inspected, I was able to show I hadn't converted the garage is still very much a garage, la-di-da-da-la. Got a letter saying thank you very much for showing us round, you have not been in breach of any enforcement and no further action will be taken. Let's fast forward that to day before yesterday, got another letter. You've been reported for converting your garage and living in it. And you're just like, yeah, same people. Same haters. This time though, I made a mistake. I put it on my local community page, my Facebook page, the one I've spoken to before, and I screenshot the letter and then I screenshot the previous letter saying, why are you doing this? Why are you wasting taxpayers' money? Bearing in mind, I think there's only 3 enforcement agents, for the whole of Lincolnshire. They're completely overrun and overstretched, and yet they can turn up on my doorstep at the blink of an eye. Yet when I was on the parish council, we couldn't get them to come out. So that then it's somebody that's in authority. So there's no guessing as to who it is, and I'm sure they'll have got somebody else to put it in, but under the Freedom of Information Act, I'm not legally allowed to know who it is. So I have to constantly put up with this harassment, and I've spoken to them in enforcement and I've not heard anything back, so they left me hanging for 3 days as well. But you know what? I've done nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. And if the worst comes to the worst and they want me to put a caravan back here, I'll put a caravan back here. But I'm not flipping staying in it. So bring it on. What are they going to do? So that's like saying to you, you're in your home, and say you had a row with your husband and you wanted to come downstairs and sleep on the settee. No, you can't do that. You're not allowed to sleep in an area of your home. Well, I've got planning permission for this utility room. That's part of my home. So if I choose to sleep in it, that's up to me. Anyway, there you go. So by putting it on Facebook, what did that do? Well, going back to my parish council days, you have to sometimes do things on behalf of the people in the village, and I always did that. I wasn't there for my own advantage. I did it because I really care about where I live, or I used to, and I really cared about what people thought and to give them a voice. So sometimes I would have to go and be against other people's planning and things like that, because that's what I'd been asked to do. Oh well, the hate I got in the first 2 minutes of putting on there, literally, it was pretty horrible. From men as well, always big men hiding behind keyboards. And I just thought, wow, trolls, bullies, and I thought, well, my fault, shouldn't have put it on there. So what did I do? I was just about to wade in there and go for it, and I thought, no, don't give them the satisfaction. So I had a lovely time. I just deleted the post, blocked as many of them as I could, and then came off that side. I'm not going back on there. And I think this is one of the best ways to deal with the haters and bullies. Get off social media. Because, do you know what? They don't know me. They know nothing about me. So unless they want to watch these vlogs and learn about me and who I am, well, good luck to them. And yes, I was sad. I was proper upset that evening. Didn't sleep, and when I woke up the next day, I thought, I've done nothing wrong. And then I spoke to some good friends, and you know what, just hearing somebody say, silly, sad little people, but you know that but it's lovely to have it confirmed by other people. So yes, if you're struggling with haters and bullies, one, get away from them. They're not gonna have the privilege of seeing my posts on Facebook anymore. In fact, Facebook to me has probably died a death anyway, because so many just ungenuine posts and trolls on there. So many it just seems to be a place where people want to hurt people nowadays. So yeah, and the fact I've blocked them, yes, they can't come into my space now. They can't affect my energy because I'm not allowing them to. So that is my first way. And then the second way is talking to friends, which I've just said. Because having them confirm, because you question, am I all those bad things that they said I am? Am I really a horrible person? Am I a bad person? And it's like, no, of course you're not. What did it say about them? And they do say when people are angry with you or hateful towards you, it's a reflection of really what's going on with them. So that's when I pity them. And I just think, you poor sad people, if that's all you get, the pleasure you've got was to hate on a woman living on her own in a utility room, well, bless you, crack on. And then the other thing is, the bit I'm really looking forward to, because after a day of feeling sorry for myself, it just fires me up again. It just gives me all that fight back, because God, I am going to prove them wrong. So what are they going to do to me? So say enforcement come along and say, yes, for some weird reason, are they going to take me to court? Is it really going to stand up in court? You know, what is it going to achieve? Absolutely nothing. It just makes me more determined to put my appeal in, get this planning sorted and get those buildings done and finish my property. And that is what I'm going to do. So this is why I love them. I love them so much, because probably there was a little bit of apathy coming in, and so I spent yesterday out in the house tidying, cleaning it up, cleaning the windows, and I'm going to carry on doing that because that place is going to be ready for the builders to come in. It's like I keep the grass and the property as immaculate as I can, because that's ready then for the sale. So yeah, thank you to that person that reported me. Thank you for firing me up again. Thank you for reminding me of my dream and my purpose. And crack on. I'll keep you updated as to what happens, but I've got a really lovely tent if the worst comes to the worst. Love to you all.